Hi, it is April 1st, 2022, and we are due for a spring Orlando, Florida real estate market update. So February are the last numbers that we have available. March isn't out quite yet, but February had the highest median home sale price in Greater Orlando ever on record. And that was $345,000. Just to give you an idea of where we stood with that number last year in February, so February 2021, it was $280,000. So there's been a big jump in the median home price here in Orlando. So needless to say, we've had a very strong start to the spring selling season, which we were all predicting. We have increased in the number of listings on the market, sales, and pending properties. So everything is just, as expected, kind of going wild right now. The listings are creeping up a little bit. We have a few more listings than we did last month. As I've been saying for 2 years, maybe even 5 years now, we are still historically low on listings. If you're thinking of selling, it's just an excellent time. The ball is still on your court, in your court, as far as closing date, some of the things like lease back, some of the other smaller items that go with the contract that could be to your advantage. So I want to talk about what's new for a minute in real estate or what's kind of transpired over the last 3 months. We're seeing some things we haven't seen in a long time. One of them is going to be buyers offering to pay an appraisal gap. And an appraisal gap is if there is a gap in price between the offer price on the home and what the appraiser says the home is worth. A lot of buyers are offering cash to make up for that gap. And they're offering cash up front when they offer on the home, not when the appraisal occurs. This is a really popular thing the last 3 months or so in Orlando. Most of my buyers are offering some amount of money for that appraisal gap. And it's really taking that to get offers accepted. Something else new is going to be the shorter inspection period. You know, a year and a half, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we would have 10 or 15 days for the home inspection period. And if you're using an as-is contract, you can cancel during any reason any reason during that time. So it's really advantageous to the sellers to have a shorter inspection period. So previously we were looking at 15 days, 10 days, 7 days was really competitive. Now I am writing all my offers at 5, 6, 7 days. A few buyers have even chosen to waive their home inspection. We don't necessarily recommend that. However, if you want a house badly enough, it is happening right now. So those are a couple things that are new. Vacation sales have really kicked off in Orlando. If anything is near the Disney area, and by vacation rental sales, I mean short-term rental properties that can be rented for 7 days, 3 nights, anything below 7 to 12 months. That is really heating up. We're getting calls from all over the country for people to come and purchase vacation properties. I think a little bit of that is driven by the pandemic. I think a little bit of that is driven by people learning about short-term rental opportunities through podcasts, real estate, researching that they do. And some people are moving from other states permanently. So it's not just for vacation rental sales, but the Disney area has just really heated up. We have a wonderful property manager we work with. If that's the route you'd like to go, we can put you in touch with them and they'll be happy to run numbers for you. So if you're thinking of waiting to buy until next year, I think that's a dangerous gamble right now. Interest rates are creeping up. The average this week is over 4.5%. Still low, historically speaking. We saw just crazy low numbers during the pandemic a year ago, 2 years ago, that they're not sustainable. We knew interest rates were going to go up. 4.5% is still a great rate. You have to think in the 80s, interest rates hit 16, 17, 18%. So 4% is still a very good rate, but we do predict that that's going to continue to increase over the next year. So if you're thinking of purchasing or renting for a year, waiting to a year for the market to cool off, it may not be the best way. It's definitely a gamble. Purchasing right now isn't right for everyone, but it's something to think about. Prices are not expected to decrease, and neither are interest rates. So if you have any questions, please let us know. This is Kristin Duncan with Keller Williams Advantage Realty, and I'd be happy to speak with you. Thank you.